Okay, these are some more problems from section 6.1. And these are matching. And I always think this is going to be easy, but then students have some issues with it, so I have to go over it. So I'll just go over it ahead of time so you can double check your work if you do have any questions. Again, it says match. So it's up here, it says match the differential equations with the graph of a family of functions. That's A, B, C, D. That solve it, use slope analysis, not your graphic calculator. So first of all, number 25, this says dy dx, the slope, and that's what these are going to be slopes of y, is going to be sine of x squared. So we just want to see which one of these graphs matches this set of slope fields. And the first thing I notice is if I look at all four, I've got some odd and some even functions. If I look at even functions, the values will always be positive no matter what sine of x is. If I square it, it's going to be positive. And these are slopes. So I'm looking first of all for where all my slopes are positive. And here they can be positive or negative. So I only have two graphs where all the slopes are positive. A and B. See how these are always increasing. These are increasing, decreasing. So these slopes are positive and negative, but these slopes are always positive. So I know that I'm going to either be, these two will match with these two. In other words, 25 and 27 will match with A and B. Well, let's just put a point in. Let's say when x is 0. What's the sign of 0? The sign of 0 is 0. So that means when x is 0, I will have a 0 slope, and it looks like I have 0 slopes whenever x is 0 right here. So it looks like 25 would be letter B. Okay? And then I could look at 27, and 27 would be letter A, because when x is 0, cosine of 0 is 1. 1 squared is 1, so I got a slope of 1, and these all look like 1s. Okay? So I think that gives you 25 and 27. So let's take a look at those. So how would you write that by using your analysis? Well, 25, you'd say that, and 27, you'd say that dy dx has got to be greater than 0. Greater than or equal to 0. Okay? And then here we would say that sine of 0 squared equals 0. And here we'd say cosine of 0 squared equals 1. So that's how we would analyze it. So here we came up with letter B. And here we came up with letter A. Okay? So by looking at that. And then we got 26 and 27, and then 26 and 27. Let's take a look at those. And we don't have any stipulations on this, so we just have to kind of determine which one of these. Let me move this over a little bit more. Which ones of these will be sine and cosine? And again, we could say the sine of 0 is 0, so this has got a 0 slope, and the cosine of 0 is 1. This has got a 1 slope, so that's all we would have to do to determine that. So looks like this is going to be letter sine of 0, 0, so it looks like this is going to be letter C, and this would be letter D, C and D. For 26 and 28. So 26, I can say sine of 0 cubed equals 0. And here I could say the cosine of 0 cubed equals 0. I'm sorry, equals 1. Excuse me, it should be 1, not 0. Okay, so this would be Letter C. And this would be letter D. Because the cosine of 0 is 1, 1 cubed is 1. And letter D, when x is 0, I have a slope of 1. Okay? So I think that's how you could kind of justify. That's how I figured it out anyway. And I hope that makes sense. So that's 25 through 28.